you're gonna see a pattern here. You're gonna see a lot of similarity between this one, the latest MacBook Pro, and a computer I'll show you later that came out almost 20 years ago. So this is the M4 Pro MacBook Pro. Now I know what you're thinking. This is going to be another one of those tech videos where an Indian guy reads stuff off a sheet, tech specs and everything. Listen, truth be told, I don't even know what's inside of this, okay? You just go to a Marquez Brownlee video if you wanted that sort of thing. But this isn't that. This is a video about design. And yeah, why did I get this one, the M4 Pro, instead of the base M4? I have two reasons. First one, I wanted to be able to open 5 or 6 Safari tabs without my laptop heating up enough to contribute to global warming. And if I'm feeling dangerous, I could even run Chrome on it. That alone justified the upgrade. Second reason, I also wanted to get into research, data processing, coding, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's less important, but that's one of those reasons. And this computer is something in this price bracket that seems to handle all of these things smoothly, especially the first reason. And yeah, the Pro isn't just about raw power, it's about confidence. Like, I know this thing isn't gonna choke halfway through something important. Like, I have that assurance for this thing. And hey, it's got 2 fans, one more than the base 7.4. I like to think of them as 2 little cheerleaders inside, making sure my brain doesn't overheat before my Mac does. But look at it, it's just pretty, the weight feels pretty balanced, the aluminum block feels dense but not heavy, and every angle looks deliberate. And then there's the MacBook Air. Honestly, this might be the most timeless design in all of consumer tech. When Jobs pulled it out of an envelope back in '07, the crowd went insane, and even now in 2.5, it just doesn't feel outdated. It's evergreen, clean, minimal, iconic. It's like the little black dress of laptops. It works in every cafe, classroom, or decade. And this one here is sacrilegious because it's got windows on it. It's just cool. It's the magic of the year. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't look old. It's the kind of design that just feels inevitable. But what's the secret behind this timelessness? Apple didn't just invent minimalism. They borrowed it from Bauhaus. It's this movement, this design and art movement that started off in Weimar, during the World War I times. And you had these guys like Joseph Albers, and you're going to see a painting on my wall. It's called Skyscraper. It's just an example. Again, the whole idea of Bauhaus is something that deserves an hour-long video in itself. But that's something that, made its way through modern design and advertising and design in general. So there was this guy called Dieter Rams, and he was the designer for this company called Braun, and he was a guy who had a great influence on Johnny Ive, who built these spectacular machines, and now you're looking at the original MacBook. In fact, this is the first edition of the first MacBook, so this is from May 2006, and you can now see that a lot of the same approaches to design, look at the hinge and the place where you keep your fingers, and a lot of that, it's something that has stayed the same even now, 20 years later. So again, you gotta give credit where credit's due, and maybe this computer would still turn on. It was just about a couple of years ago, and but now if I want to get it fixed, I need to be in the US, because if you're not in America, you can't get access to the battery for this thing. And I've looked everywhere and I haven't found it. Hey, it's a piece of memorabilia, maybe I'll sell it in 5 years or 10 years, I don't know. Anyway, now there's the painting I was talking about earlier. Again, Bauhaus is a totally different thing. It's a deep topic. It's about the idea of form follows function. So if you design something, or something has to be designed or laid out, the appearance of it is secondary to the function that it does. And again, this is something that permeates through everything. And now we're gonna get back to the future. The M4 Pro MacBook Pro. It's the computer that I'll probably still be using when future laptops are floating in thin air. From the air-stumbless design to Bauhaus roots to the OG MacBook's DNA, Apple has been telling the same story for almost 20 years. Why Apple? Because it just doesn't design laptops, it designs time machines. In fact, timeless machines. The past, the present, the future, all right here on the same desk. There's more to it. I don't know if you can tell me, but I guess that's all for now. But if we had to answer the question that we had at the start,